Welcome to Mixer's Weekly Esports Show. This is This Week in Esports. My name is Kate. This guy to my left is Rukari. Rukari, say hello to the fine people.
How are we all doing today?
Oh!
See, I did it. You thought I was going to troll you, huh?
I know.
I said nothing of the sort. It's your birthday. I have to be nice.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It's a tradition for us to have our birthdays on this show, and why not have it at E3 as well? And we're live every Thursday at Mixer.com/This Week in Esports, and that's 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And this week, as you might imagine, we're coming to you from the lovely Mixer stage here at E3.
I can't believe they let this happen. They're going to let us sit up here on stage and make whatever.
First mistake.
Yeah, joke's on them. Now, we normally have viewers vote on the stories that we'll be discussing, but things will be different, of course, with this being E3. And since E3 is the place to be this week, that means that most of our favorite esports personalities are in town, and we have the opportunity to invite them onto our show and just chat about things they've done earlier in the year or preview what's to come in the rest of 2018.
Now, we only have an hour, but we will be talking to four peeps who each represent a different part of the esports ecosystem, and hopefully you will learn just a little bit more about your favorite franchises.
Now we've got Evan from Hi-Rez Studios, a very well-known caster attached to Paladins and Smite.
And then we've got Tashi from 343 Industries. They produce the small game we call Halo. He runs the Halo competitive program, and he's a great esports resource in general.
Now you don't really get the chance to hear from an actual esports team, so we'll have Matt from Team eUnited discuss what they have coming up.
And finally, we're talking about Ubisoft with Rob Chiarini, who heads up esports for his region of the world when it comes to Rainbow Six.
Stacks show, absolutely
Stacks on stacks.
I gave you your chance and you didn't do it. Now before we bring on our first guest, Evan, let's quickly take a look at the newest game coming to the Hi-Rez Studio family, Realm Royale.
Roll it.
They're not going to do it.
I don't know.
Champions of the Realm. My name's Enuki, producer of the show, and I'm introducing you to the top 10 plays of 2017. Let's go.
Flexible, easy shutdown, and salvo rains down both rockets and a snipe caught by reverse.
These aren't tricks, they're illusions.
The wonderful thing about supports and...
Hey, well, guess what? We're actually going to talk right now about Hi-Rez Esports, Smite, and Paladins. First of all, Evan,
yes,
welcome to the Mixer stage.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell the folks at home who you are and why we think you're so cool.
Well, you know what? I don't know why you think I'm cool. I appreciate it. I just do normal things. I actually am a caster for Hi-Rez, esports producer there. So I work on Paladins, which is the gameplay you just saw. We have Realm Royale coming out, but that wasn't that, but still very exciting stuff. Paladins most of my life. We have Smite running at Skillshot and Hi-Rez as well. So I basically am on broadcast 24/7. That's my life.
How'd that come to fruition? How'd you end up becoming a caster?
Honestly, it's kind of an interesting story. I started out being a soccer player. I was a NCAA Division I soccer player for 4 years at UCLA. I was drafted to the MLS for DC United and kind of changed paths after that. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I saw Smite as a great game. So I'm like, man, I see these guys making these videos. They can barely talk coherently. They're mumbling teenagers who haven't figured it out. I'm like, I've lived, so I can make a coherent guide to a god. And I started doing YouTube. And all of a sudden, about 40,000 subscribers later, I got a call from a tweet from one of the owners of Hi-Rez, and they flew me out, and what's done is done.
We've been doing this all wrong.
You guys went the wrong way, man.
Wrong way.
Well, let's talk about it from that caster's perspective.
Yeah.
During a match, what are you looking to get across to your audience? Like, bring us through sort of your mind.
Really, I mean, when we talk about it, because we have a lot of casters in our studio, we have like at least 12 casters who are just full-time casters, and that's all we do. A lot of it is telling stories. It's really about helping someone who's new to understand what's happening, because there's no ball in esports. You can't see a goal go in or a basketball fly into the hoop. You have to kind of walk them through it in a most interesting way possible. So really, it's about telling a story that people care about, making people care about personalities, because that's what's very sports driven. You want to see Kobe, LeBron, you want to see Messi and Ronaldo in the World Cup. So we try to make names of players, and we try to make moments out of things that maybe wouldn't be moments unless we told you about them.
What's the most difficult part of casting for those who may not know?
Man, I honestly feel like casting is a thing where you kind of got it or you don't. And it sucks because I know a lot of people said, I could never do that. But to me, it's like, I can do this all day. It's not a problem. I think the hardest thing is maybe staying in tune with your partner. Co-casting is very difficult. When you cast by yourself, and I did YouTube a lot, I got used to talking by myself. So the hardest part was probably growing and understanding when to stop and when to continue.
So let me bring us through you're looking to, you're looking down the day at a sort of a very highly anticipated game match, and I'm curious, what is sort of your routine when it comes to, because people forget sometimes how much work goes into doing what you do. So bring us through the routine.
Absolutely. So, we have, last month we had 200 players at our studio, brand new studio, Skillshot Studios, which is now basically partnered with all Hi-Rez games, a part of that company, but also open to doing work with other games and having our casters, because we know.
And that's in Atlanta, correct?
In Atlanta, exactly, Alpharetta. It's a beautiful spot. We had 200 players there. We had at least 7 LANs for our games. And before each LAN, each game, we had basically a meeting with our team talking about storylines. Who do we think is going to win this? Who's done well in the past? Where is there drama here that we should talk about, let people know about, and all those tidbits. And this is done as a casting team, and this is also done personally. I like to watch my own stuff. I like to listen to myself. You can't be a YouTuber or a Twitcher and not want to listen to yourself. Make sure, you know what I mean? You can't do that and not want to hear your voice. So that's what I do, and I say, I could have done that better, and that helps warm me up as well. So I think the more prep and practice you give yourself, the better you will be prepared for cast. You'll quote stats, you'll quote moments, and it will make it a lot richer of an experience.
You're right, that prep is crucial.
I was going to say, on average, just for kicks and giggles, I think this is something, once again, that people don't get. How many hours do you prepare for, like, a big high-profile match?
I mean, it's days, really.
That's
I mean, to be honest, it's like we have our preparation starts at least a week in advance. We have HRX coming up, and we have the players coming in around November 5th. But all the way into obviously October beforehand, we will be preparing for that and writing stories. Some of it too, we have to let media. We have a few companies work with us. We have to build up storylines and tell them what it is. Send those files out so they can get the right people. So we got to be an encyclopedia of knowledge before we even get into the building to start talking.
Now, based on your community interactions, what would you say separates Smite and Paladins from other esports that are out there?
I think you kind of just said it. It's community. I mean, really, we're a community-driven esports organization. Part of Paladins and Smite is that, like, it's that game that's really good. That's not, those games that you're seeing everywhere all the time. When you play them, you love them, and the people who love them and play them are so passionate. So we like to cultivate that community and passion. We think we're probably better at it than most people because we got great experience with it, and we've been doing it forever.
Yep.
We got a great new studio now, so if you guys want to come through,
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
that's an invite. We heard it.
No,
That's an
don't
invite.
You guys can come. And so what we think it separates us is the ability to really connect with people at a grassroots level and do that better than pretty much anybody in the industry.
Nice.
Okay, so we talked about how much you prepared. Now let's test you on it.
We did.
I want to know this season. Let's talk Paladins first here.
Yes.
This season, give us the storylines. Let's hear about some of those drama. Let's hear some of the storylines that you guys are sort of looking at down the road here.
Well, if you don't know, I mean, Paladins actually is in an amazing spot with organizations. We're the only other league to have a WESA sanctioned league. So we've got Navi, Fnatic, G2 Esports, SK Gaming, guys like
names.
that, all playing under one, the banners competing in our Paladins Premier League, which is going on actually today. It goes on every day of the week, Tuesday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, so check that out. And it's a great thing to be able to just see how these teams develop. We had a lot of kind of teams that earlier in actually Las Vegas in May, we had a team run through the losers bracket who had never even placed second before in the league. They were like a 4th seed, 5th seed. Made a couple changes from our amateur scene, which is we run all around the world, Russia, Brazil, Europe, North America, and they took 2 players from that and totally revamped their roster, beat the #1 team in the world in Fnatic. It's Team Envy, and they stole the crown in Vegas, a reverse sweep in best of 7 series. It was amazing.
That is awesome.
And so we've got a lot more competition across the board. Europe usually is the king in a lot of esports, and in Paladins the same, but North America's got some great contenders now, and that's what we're seeing here.
Gotcha. All right, well, I've got a favorite question I want to ask.
Oh, here it comes.
Okay.
No, you do it.
No, it's really what do you tell the skeptics? What do you tell the people that have seen your career and, are either looking for career advice or whether or not they should jump into competing in esports or even just watching? What do you tell them to convince them?
I mean, it's like, this is like, what do I tell my girlfriend's parents or something like that whenever we're talking about it at a dinner?
Son, what is it?
What do I do, right? I mean, when you look at it, esports is, and gaming in general, bigger business than film, TV combined. One of the things about it, I think it's so interesting, is it's still niche in that way, and it hasn't hit mainstream in some of those aspects. But what what you really have to look at it is that the money is there, the interest is there, and the skill is there.
Yeah.
So really what we're missing is the connecting piece to the people who want to know about it but aren't in the platforms. That's why things like Mixer, that's why things like, all these opportunities at E3 engage a bigger audience to be able to say, hey, this is the thing. I'm pretty sure all the skeptics wouldn't be so skeptic if they saw a great Paladins match, a great CSGO match, and they saw what actually was involved and the stakes that they were playing for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I also, honestly, you can't help but get excited when you casters are just just going for it. It's incredible. Evan,
yes,
I want to say thank you so much for being here. More importantly, where can people find you and
actually,
you do?
Cool thing is I stream on Mixer as well.
Well,
so
what about
Mixer,
that?
it's easy. My name's Raynr. Mixer.com/Raynr. You guys can follow me there and hang out as well. I do all my Hi-Rez stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at Raynr Gaming and catch all my stuff there. But pretty much I'm around. I cast 6 days a week,
you are
6 hours a day.
Yeah, you're staying with it.
I'm always around, so they can find me if they really try.
Fabulous. Okay, well, I want to say thank you so much, and I will tell Rukari that people are supposed to get their controllers ready. That's get their control. Warm up your controllers.
You let me know.
I got this. I got this. I've been doing this for like 4 days now. Warm up your controllers. Here we go. We've got some fabulous. Let's see. I think it's a Hi-Rez
trivia here.
Yeah, it looks
here
like
we go. Let's
see
about it, Evan. Don't answer.
Why?
Because
I know
it's
them.
not fair. Okay, which of these games belong to Hi-Rez Studios? Tribes Ascend, Unreal Tournament, Crash Bandicoot, or Super Paperboy?
I think it's Crash Bandicoot, right? We made that, didn't
OMG, I told you not to give an answer.
I'm sorry.
Things happen.
Vote for
here,
E. Is there an E up there? I only see 4 options, but there's got to be an E. No, there's got to be an E.
Time is up.
What's the answer, Kate?
I think it's Unreal Tournament, isn't it?
No.
No, I'm not reading it off.
We run our games on the Unreal Engine, so I see why that confused.
What's even better, though, is it says it right there on the prompter.
She didn't even know.
Nobody likes Rukari.
I agree.
This is exactly why I'm here, is just to make sure I bust her chops.
Do we have one more trivia for this section? We do.
I think there's a few.
Which esports team recently got a skin in Smite? We have a couple of these. Optic Gaming, Space Station Gaming, eUnited, or Team Liquid?
Now, do you see right there where it says correct answer?
You know what? You see my fist in your face? Hit him and enjoy it.
Birthday licks.
That's right. It's birthday law. I'm always right.
All right, time is up, and that correct answer is Kate. You're gonna guess
eUnited.
There we go. That one we got right.
They won a world championship last year, so that's why we had to give.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got somebody coming up from eUnited. You might know Matt.
Oh, is that one more?
Yeah, there's actually 6. Turns out.
Oh.
Whoopsie dudes. Which season is the Smite Pro League currently in? Season 4, 5, 6, or 7?
I'm gonna vote for season 2.
Once again, Evan, don't even start. Don't even start.
Is he holding up hands like that?
I held
up 8 just to troll too. All right, looks like time's up.
Correct answer is
season 5.
Season 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm just saying, it's
it's
nice to see. Nobody likes you. That's fair.
All right, next question up. Which team won the recent Paladins Masters Atlanta event? Fnatic, Navi, Space Station Gaming, or Team Envious?
And if you're paying attention, I said this is in Atlanta. Pay attention to that. In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
I talked about something else, but it
No.
right. wasn't in Atlanta.
Still giving hints when we said not to give hints.
I'm giving hints. I'm not giving answers. Hints.
At least you said the hints. And
Okay,
that's
who
fine.
knows? Who knows?
Time's up.
Yeah, it's Fnatic.
There you go. I like how you had to double check to make sure I could actually say it. No,
I
it's
was looking
Fnatic.
over at the division. I saw that it was the same Fnatic orange. I got confused.
Envy won in Vegas.
Yes. What is the proper name for the Paladins Tournament Series on console? This has confused me so many times. Paladins Console League, Paladins Console Series, Paladins Console Championship, or Paladins Console Wars?
Oh,
If you got
wow.
that it has console
That
in it.
is really tough.
That's a trick question, kind of.
That is.
That's a trick question, kind of.
Oh, you're gonna tell us about that.
I will
in a
tell
hot
you
second.
why.
Okay, so the correct answer is Paladins Console Series. Tell us why that's a
The
trick.
Paladins Console Wars is what we run at our major events. That's what the LAN events are called.
Oh, wow.
And it's from the people who play in the Paladins Console Series. That was hard.
Kate
That
wrote
was a
these,
hard
so
one.
blame Kate. Absolutely blame Kate.
I don't think I wrote these.
No, okay, well, good. I was just going to throw you under the bus regardless.
She didn't even know the answer. How could she even know?
Hi-Rez Studios recently launched a new esports production company named Banhama FTW, Hi-Rez Esports, HRE Community, or Skillshot Media. I'm pretty sure you actually said this
I
name in our interview.
did. I did, if you're paying
All
attention.
right, time's up.
Time is
See.
up. I'm going to say Skillshot. Am I correct?
You are correct. You are correct.
Okay, you got that one up top.
It's like you got a skill shot.
Birthday law.
Hit your
There we
skill
go.
shot. That was it.
Skill shot. So that is the end of our trivia. Hey, a huge thank you to Evan.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Appreciate
so
it,
much.
man.
Pleasure.
To reach over
Always
to Rukari
fun.
to say thank you very much. And the winner, you got to make sure.
Drunken.
A person after my
A drunken
own
winner.
heart.
All right. That's a first.
Light you are. Next up, we have Tashi from 343 Industries joining us. They have a pretty big event coming up next month in New Orleans. Let's check it out before we bring him on.
Practice and scrims and all the time you put into goes into this event.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Splice do it, and they do it in style.
They are focused, and they are on another level.
We are serious. We have got Tashi. That's what I call it, Tahir.
Yeah, it says your actual whole name, and I'm like,
Your
what
lead
is Tashi out here?
Your lead esports producer over that small little mom and pop 343 Industries. I thought 3, I said E, doesn't matter. Either way. Tashi, first of all, tell our viewers who you are, what you do, and why you're even here.
Yeah, how you got here?
Yeah.
Well, I took an air. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, my name is Tashi. I'm the lead esports producer at 343 Industries, and I work on the Halo Championship Series. So my path, I actually came from the community. So a little over 4 years ago, I flew across all the way across the United States from New York. I was just super active in the scene, loved esports, loved the community, created content and whatnot, made my own tournaments and stuff. And yeah, Halo's always been a dream of mine to work on, and now I get to do it. So I'm really excited.
Now you're here living the dream.
It's true though.
Yeah.
I
sorry
smile
for my
because we go
silly.
back to like before either of us had jobs in this industry.
Really?
Absolutely.
How'd that
And we were just talking
Let's
about
hear it.
this last night.
I want to hear this. Real
Well, I
quick.
mean, it was Halo. Like, I was a big Halo boy as well. I used to moderate the forums before I ever got a job at Microsoft. Was always first in line at events.
Yeah.
And you go.
I remember before I got the job, because
Yeah.
Rukari, you used to have the job that I came into.
That you started
and
with.
so I remember calling you, asking for advice and stuff. Yeah.
Now that's something to you guys at home. This is how you get into.
That's free content for you all, by the way.
It is.
No extra charge on that one.
No extra charge. So before we get into the meat of the Halo stuff we're going to talk about today, let's talk about what you guys recently wrapped up, the Halo World Championship.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit of the highlights.
Halo World Championship was the biggest, craziest season that we've ever had for Halo Esports. So we did 6 events in a little over 2 months in
Yeah.
4 different continents.
I was going to say, what was your time, your body clock on at that point?
I have no idea. It was.
Because I think you guys went from London to like Australia
We
immediately.
did.
right?
We did Orlando, and then immediate to London, and then I had a few days off, and then went to Australia, to Mexico, to Columbus, and then back home to Seattle, where we had our huge $1 million
right.
finals.
I know that Columbus is where it's all, all kind of started, especially with MLG and whatnot. But seeing London, Australia, Mexico City,
Yeah,
Columbus, like that fourth one just cracks me up.
I know, that's funny. It
Oh
really.
my gosh, I think we just saw Golden Boy walk past us
GB?
here.
They was
Yeah.
the host of the Halo World Championship.
Oh, the host just passed us. It's fine. I'll troll later. Anyway, now here's speaking of actually the
Yeah.
Halo World Championships. We saw that there was more of a social presence, and we can see you guys doing a lot more stuff on social, specifically with the players and showcasing, sort of the behind the scenes, the story behind the stories. Can you tell us a little bit about the social interactions, the showcasing on that level?
Yeah, absolutely. So the community is all on social media, and that's how they access all the content, whether it's player streams or the actual event broadcasts or the articles that we put out. Everyone's on social media,
Yeah.
whether it's Twitter, Instagram, wherever it might be. So we try to be active out there too and reach as many people as we can in efforts of spreading the Halo love to everybody we can. So it's been amazing, and the players also have big followings and stuff too, right? They're kind of the biggest influencers for Halo. So the pros have been amazing, sharing the streams as well, and just interacting with fans. And what more could you ask for?
You're absolutely right.
That's-
I mean, again, it
that's it.
needs stuff
Again.
like this.
Yeah.
We get to sit up here and chat. Now, looking ahead a few weeks, I think it's July 13th to 15th, correct?
That's right.
In beautiful New Orleans, hot and muggy New Orleans. You guys are teaming up with the Coalition.
Yeah.
And you're going to do a joint Halo Gears esports adventure, if you will, a mega event.
Mega event.
You know, with MLG at the helm. Why is this happening? How did it come to fruition? And what can people be excited about?
Well, people have been really asking for this for a long time. There were a lot of teases on Twitter for probably the last 8 months or so. People were just asking for it and whatnot. It just made a lot of sense. Obviously, like, we're very close with the coalition. They're not too far away from us in Vancouver, and you know, they run an amazing program too, right? So they've got the Gears Pro Circuit and the Halo Championship Series that we do, and the stars kind of aligned for the dates, and it made a lot of sense. And you know, MLG puts on a great event, so it just ended up working out. And the event's going to be really special. So I think if you're a Halo fan, if you're a Gears fan, if you're just an Xbox fan, this is the event to go to. There really hasn't been anything like this in almost a decade. MLG used to run things like this back in the day, but it's going to be incredible. And you know, we're thinking of cool ways to kind of integrate the shows and kind of, you know, leverage both communities if we can.
So if I make it down there, can I come sit at the desk and talk with everybody?
Well, we would love to have you for a bit.
What about me?
Are you going?
Maybe. I am.
Well, there you go.
I like how it just in your ear. Yeah, you are. You are.
According to our producer, I am. So joke's on you, Lennox. I'm holding you to it. But, you know, of course, listen, that Halo event is just but the beginning of that particular season. Talk to me about the future. Where are we going? What's happening?
Yeah, so we're just kicking off our season with New Orleans, and obviously we're starting things off with a bang, but we're moving over to London after that with our partners at Gfinity, and this will be a really special event too, because normally events in London have been kind of region-locked to players in Europe, but this time it's open to everyone in the world. So we're actually going to be flying teams around from North America, from Australia, Mexico, to all compete in London in the Gfinity Arena. So it's going to be special. Gfinity puts on an amazing broadcast, and we're going to have great talent there. This will be the biggest tournament that Europe has ever seen for Halo. $125,000 prize pool. This is massive.
Absolutely.
A number of reasons to watch, not the least of which is that you're right, Gfinity puts on a fantastic show.
I was waiting for you to say Jolly Old London Town, but
Jolly Old England!
Oh, there it is. I thought you weren't going to do it with the thousands of people that are just sitting behind us,
like
waiting to judge.
That's ever been a problem for
Case
me.
not shy. All right, so when we think of, you know, console esports scene, we obviously think of Halo because of its rich history. Now, with more people finding out about console via PC games, like, what do you think people are going to start thinking about consoles? Like, is it getting the credit that it absolutely deserves? How do people see console gaming in the esports scene?
I think they're amazing. There are lots of amazing console games, and people will go where the amazing content is, regardless of platform, right? You've got Halo, you've got Call of Duty, Gears of War, all these amazing console games where the communities are, and that's where people are comfortable playing, and that's where they want to play. And, you know, look at a game like Fortnite that's on every platform. Like, tons of people play on Xbox. Xbox is amazing hardware, so people will go where the games are and where the content is. So, yeah, I think every platform is really viable. It's up to the creators and the developers of all this content, whether it's games or streams or whatever the case is, to kind of, you know, let people know where to go. So that's the way I see it.
Now, we've had you on This Week in Esports on 3 p.m. Thursdays.
By the way, this is our first time ever doing this together.
Oh,
like, it's
yeah,
third time on the show, and I'm always
so
gone.
many stars are aligning.
It's not our fault. But here's the deal. We like to, of course, ask this question. You've answered this before, but now we're on the E3 stage, so let's talk about it again. Which is, when you have those questions from the people that don't get it, that are not esports people, that want to understand what the thing is, what the deal is, what do you tell skeptics about esports in general, as somebody who's literally living and breathing it?
Yeah, I think people should look past what people are actually doing, right? Don't think of it as like people are just they're just playing video games. They're just competing for whatever it is, you know? Esports is about bringing people together, right? And it's this powerful connection that everyone gets excited about, just like basketball, just like whatever it is, the NBA. Esports gaming is about bringing people together, whether it's under one roof or online, at massive stadiums, wherever it might be. So that's really what it's all about. And if you look at it through that lens, then it's an incredible thing. And it's huge, and it's growing even bigger. So it's like you can either get on board now and enjoy the show for a longer time, or we'll catch you down the road too.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. All right, well, I appreciate it. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, for the people who want to find you, find out more about you, find out what you're working on, what's going on, where can they do that?
Cool. So anything for HCS, you want to go to halo.gg and follow HCS on Twitter. Also for the Gears event, check out gears.gg. And for me personally, you can follow me on Twitter at Tashi343i.
Top-notch content on your Twitter channel. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Nothing bad. Nothing bad for us.
Well, not bad for us.
Yeah, not bad
for someone else.
A fellow coworker. who did the Halo challenge. Didn't go well. Went absolutely well. I'll show you after the show, I promise.
Fantastic. At any rate, guess what? Get those controllers ready.
My favorite time.
Tashi, don't you go anywhere for a hot second. Because we have some trivia in 4, 3. You got this. Also, once again, do not say anything. Do not give any answers.
Okay.
To you.
Okay, which of these games were recently announced by 343 Industries? Oh, Halo 6, Halo Wars 3, Halo Fireteam Raven, or Cortana 2?
I like how you giggled at the very
This is a
thought
trick
of
question.
well.
Well, no, this isn't a trick one.
It is a trick one. None of the above.
Define how recently.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. It was on Inside Xbox.
Oh, okay.
See?
Now, damn. It was a trick
Fire
question,
Team
though.
Raven, Halo Fire
Lennox
Fire
is
Team
tricky.
Raven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absurd.
You know, everybody was voting Halo 6. Look at all the Halo 6s that are up there. Y'all, where did you see a 6? No, we didn't.
Lennox played everybody. Halo
That is
Infinite.
great. Well, which team? This is the next question. Which team won the Halo World Championship 2018 event? Was it Team Liquid? Was it Splice? Was it Straight Rippin'? Or was it Fable Esports? Sorry.
This is pretty easy.
I got excited.
I know.
I was there for some of the prequels. And there's Golden Boy himself walking past us here.
Hi.
Hop on. Come here.
What up? Yeah,
Come here for a second.
come up here.
Okay, by the way, the answer was, of course, Splice. Golden Boy, what's going on?
Hi. Speak on this shoulder.
Yeah,
We can
over
hear
this
you.
shoulder.
Yeah, get
This
over
shoulder
here.
at the microphone.
Get
There
right
you
here
go.
so
me,
that
baby.
this camera can get you.
I
totally
actually didn't even.
Oh, here we go. Look at that. Stick mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, modern technology at its finest. We're doing it. We're doing it right here. Okay, hi everybody.
How you doing?
I didn't expect. I literally just walked by because I was going over to my buddies.
I don't know. You've walked by like 10 times. I think
Okay,
you're
listen.
trying to get noticed.
Golden
No,
Boy.
not at all. It's not
Answer this. Which of these teams have skins available on Halo 5 Guardians?
Which of these
Renegade,
teams
Elevate, Straight Rippin', or Fnatic?
Ooh,
What
man.
do you think?
What do I think? Well, I
Yeah.
already know the answer.
Well,
so he's not
that's
gonna
good.
split.
I'm
I
so
like how
glad
he's
that you did.
bantering
He's
and,
like
you know,
bantering in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Time's up. What is it? What is it? What is it?
Okay, wait. It was the question was which teams don't?
No.
Which of these teams
do?
have
Oh,
skins?
Teams do have skins.
Yeah, the teams that have skins. Well, Straight Ribbon, obviously.
Yeah.
Is the only, well, I didn't just say it because it came on the screen.
No, I saw it. You were ahead of time. I saw
You
that.
sold it. I believe
Okay.
it.
Judges clear.
Alex,
Yeah.
next question is to you.
All right.
Read it out.
Ooh.
All right, which player is not a member of Splice? Okay, it's easy. It's Snipe Down. Come on, guys. Okay. At some point in time, you have to give me a hard one. You can't just throw these softballs at me because your boy's gonna knock them right out of the park.
All right. You're right. We should have
You know
known
what I'm
that.
saying?
Absolutely should.
All right, here's one. Ready?
So
right.
if you
Name the
didn't get that,
2006
Look at all those
Final
people that
Boss
got it.
roster at the National
Okay.
Championships.
That's
Oh.
tough.
this person was a former competitor,
Hold
now
on.
turned caster. Don't even answer. Was
Oh.
it Gaskin? Was it Bravo? Was it Sims? Or was it Wonder Boy?
Actually,
Don't even answer yet.
Don't answer.
Our
Not
chat's
yet.
answering.
Give
Don't
it just
answer.
a few seconds.
Hold.
You'll see the 3, 2, 1.
Patience.
that's fine.
Hold.
Time's
Now you
up.
can
Now
answer.
you can answer.
Okay, I will tell you that actually all of them competed. Yes.
The correct answer is Bravo.
Yes. So Bravo was the coach
Says
of Triggers
Lennox,
Now.
by the
Lennox is dissing everybody
Where's
else.
Le-
That's-
where's
Lennox is in our
Lennox?
ears,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
behind the camera.
Oh my, Lennox, come on, dog. Come on. Sims was a top
24.
32,
Oh, 32.
Halo 4 player in a 32-team tournament. Gaskin eliminated Sims.
Okay.
And
That's
what was
true.
even better
Blowing him
was
out.
that Wonder Boy, I mean, he's hot trash, but
Which
still
game
though.
has been the First game.
Roasted.
Go ahead
You know,
to the
he's
next
good.
trivia here.
Rest in
Capture the
peace.
flag, defend the president, multi-team 50 versus 50. So help me God, Golden Boy, do
All right,
not
which
answer
game
this.
types has been
This one's easy.
a staple
Which
for
game
first-
type has been around since the first game?
Oh,
A staple.
50v50, clearly.
Defend the president, I thought.
Okay, look, well, there you go. If you
Actually,
didn't
Halo
answer,
3 was called VIP.
says capture the flag.
It was 50v50, guys. If you didn't get it right, you're clearly wrong.
What was that?
Look at, hey, overwhelming
Okay, here's the next
CTF. Y'all know
question.
your Halo.
It just shows you have no influence. No one believes you.
Which person is the most likely to win in a 1v1 match against Tashi? Is it Snipe?
What?
Is it Snakebite? Is it Lennox or is it Sims?
Oh, no.
Inside
Where's
baseball.
all of the above? Yeah.
I should mention everyone.
No.
Lennox is our producer and he's completely in control.
Only
Yeah,
if
it's all
Snipe down
free
and
wins.
Snakebite.
It's
I
free
will
wins.
crush Lennox and
And
Sims.
who is likely?
The correct answer is
answer is
obviously
Lennox.
Lennox.
This is rigged. Get it? What is this?
I have a feeling he just made that question.
This tournament
Yeah.
is not
Lennox
officially
says he
HCS
intended to
sanctioned.
change it.
Just want to put it out there.
Yeah, this is insane. I didn't mean to hijack your show, guys.
No, well,
Hey,
it's
thanks
okay,
for
Golden
being
Boy.
here. You're the
host. This
You're
is
being
perfect.
here.
That's right. Yeah,
You're like, you have a mic in your hand. I get it.
Yeah, I know. It's like I name a more iconic duo than Golden Boy and having a mic.
Hey, a
in his
huge
hand.
thank you, by the way, to Deddy for you got 100 points. Does that
Got
mean you
them
got 100 all right?
Got them all. Got them all.
Didi, well done.
Wow.
No, we got
What do
100
you
points
get when
anyway.
you
Well
get
done.
100?
I don't know, a code or something?
Praise and adoration, or admiration for
All right,
That's
well,
praise and
Didi,
adoration.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
I
Deadly,
wish
I
I
think
could
is
do
it.
something that would be like really cool. Ooh, I could do like a walkout, like an intro. You
Yeah,
know?
Are you really about to drop the mic?
You know,
Drop
I
the
could-
mic.
I
Go
could
do it. Here we
for
go.
Deadly?
Didi was the name, right?
I think
Yeah.
Deadly.
Deadly or
Yeah.
Didi? Deadly.
Oh, was it
Okay.
Deadly?
Yeah.
So let's get a solo. Where's the solo?
Solo.
at?
Where's solo?
the
Here we go.
Right
Solo
here.
can be here.
All right, so I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we'd like to give a huge shout out to the one and only Deadly.
That was amazing.
I'm out of here.
And he's out.
Drop the mic.
A huge thank you to Golden Boy.
Please
Thank you
don't
so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, Alex.
And a huge thank you to Tashi, of course.
Thanks for having me.
Wow. Okay. Whew.
How do we follow that up?
I have no idea, but
End the
we'll tell
show.
ya.
You don't.
It's it. Listen, we've spoken to a caster and a program owner. Now it's time to talk to one of the esports teams in the scene. And that means we're talking to eUnited, who produced a behind-the-scenes documentary called The Ascent. So let's take a quick look at what it's all about.
It's done just like that. You see the disappointment on the faces of Optic, and look at the hype from eUnited.
Varsity's Christini, the twin brothers, this is a young, hungry team with nothing to lose and everything to prove.
Observation does not pick up one. It's going to be Crimson picking up another. Gunless is out. Silly is gone. Just the twins left. Down goes Varsity. Down goes Christini. It's all off the gaming.
United deserves some major props for the series that they just played.
I mean, they're an amazing team. They're very good players, really good guys. I like all of them, and it was one hell of a match, boys.
A 3-0 sweep over eUnited. eUnited now out of the Stage 1 playoffs. You see how crushed these guys are. They've been tremendous all year long, but man, they just ran into a better team in this matchup.
Well, that looked absolutely incredible. That, however, did not. But we want to go ahead and welcome Matt from eUnited. Matt, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
with
having
us.
me.
Tell the folks at home a little about yourself. What do you do? What do you say? What do you be?
I'm currently the general manager at eUnited. I was a former professional Call of Duty player and started as a coach, worked my way up as coaching all of our console games, and now I'm general managing with Dan Clarkey. He handles the PC side, I handle the console side, and we help each other out, and we've created a really good home for all of our players.
So you represent the NA side, or the NA professional team, eUnited. Give us your role in the organization, like who you guys are, what you guys do, what you stand for.
So our motto is unifying esports fans and players. I focus on recruiting, handle their contracts, their travel, just not necessarily babysitting, but just making sure that our players are showing up
You
on
facilitate.
time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the grown-up way to put it, right?
No, all of our players are great. It's just making sure that they're keeping the professionalism of always showing up on time, making sure they're doing their job at events, and I try to help out on everything in between of getting them their snacks, their waters. Like, I want them to win, and any type of load that I can take off of their plate that can help their mental game in the game, that's what I try to do for them.
You're setting them up for success.
Exactly.
Basically. Okay,
I was
so
late for Inside Xbox on Monday, by the way. So throw that out there, and I was in trouble. I need someone like you.
right there. So eUnited teams, you got Call of Duty, you've got PUBG, you got Smite, you've got Gears. So given the recent history of eUnited only being around for like about 2 years, which is still relatively new, obviously, how did you build your teams, and what goes into finding the players? You were mentioning recruiting. Let's talk building, let's talk recruiting and scouting.
Yeah, so our strategy is really about molding our amateur talent around veterans. We feel like that normally works out.
Yeah.
We're not the type of org that just buy out the best talent there is and make sure that we have players that are guaranteed success. We really like to work up from the ground floor and make sure that we're building players into superstars. So that creates a relationship where they're able to really ignite with our brand and hopefully keeps them for the long run, because we're investing in them and we expect them to invest in us too.
Now, speaking of your teams, your Smite team won the Smite World Championships and was rewarded with an in-game skin.
It's great.
Which is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Again, we're doing the wrong things. I want an in-game skin. So we've seen developers start to, they include more and more esports, like teams and the scene into their games and whatnot. Do you think this trend is going to continue, and where do you see it headed?
I feel like it's absolutely crucial, and I need to shout out Hi-Rez real quick too.
Yeah.
They did an outstanding job with our skin. They were involved. They had the players fly out to their studio and do in-game voices and this and that. They absolutely set the bar, in my opinion, in terms of how a developer is really supposed to be engaged with a team that wins worlds or is in their community in their league. So big shout out to them. But to answer your question, it's absolutely crucial. It creates a relationship where our organization can branch and really do more with the developer. It gets our players involved. It keeps our social team on check and making sure that we're giving our fans something to rep our organization inside of the game itself instead of just buying jerseys or whatnot. They can actually be a part of eUnited in the game. So it's really big.
Okay, so obviously we're esports here. eUnited's goal is to be the best, right? To be the best. But what does that look like specifically for eUnited? You were talking a little bit about that, growing from, bringing people from the ground up and bringing those veterans along with them. What does being the best look like in eUnited's mind?
Every organization is wanting to win championships. I feel what's really separate us is creating entertaining experiences for our fan base. It really feels like all of our teams have somehow magically worked their way to be really funny. They have really good personalities. They like to meme and have fun. They're super supportive and they actually interact with their fans. And those types of experiences are what last a lifetime, in my opinion. So winning is great, but making sure that we're still having fun at the end of the day and interacting with our fans at events is what's most important.
How would you define those fans? I mean, I'm sure you've seen them, all over the place. Like, describe your community. Describe the people you guys interact with daily.
I will say that our fan base is extremely loyal. They're supportive. They defend us. Like, if there's any type of criticism that's shared from another organization, because we like to have fun on social media a lot. We take risk on trying to just not, we're like crossing that borderline of being savage, but we just like to have fun with other
We're not full Wendy's?
Yes,
all
not
right,
full Wendy's. Wendy's would be great, and they do a great job with their social media, but we like to have fun. And even if that's getting some backlash, we'll take it, and we'll have fun with other organizations, and that sparks some new rivalries and fun, and it just creates something to talk about before events. And our supporters, they have our backs. Like, they will defend us if another organization tries to say something, or if a player does something, they always have their back. So I can say that they're not afraid to stand up for what they believe in, and they're all around just always have our backs, which is great.
So you're talking about community, you're talking about events. What give me the profile of the fan, the eUnited fan that you want wearing your colors at that LAN tournament?
Anyone that will invest in us will invest in them. So if they're buying our jerseys, I will always take the time to go out of my way to just talk to them for 5 minutes and just see what they're about, what their goals are. And I feel like that's mostly all of our staff members and our GMs and our owners. We will take that extra time and not necessarily have big egos, but really just learn what they're trying to strive to do in the community and give them the best advice that they can to work their way up and to whatever role they're trying to do, whether it's become a professional player, find a marketing job inside of an organization. We're all working 12 to 14 hours a day just to find players and everybody at home.
Now, speaking of work, let's say these people that are looking for eUnited or trying to get involved in the scene or trying to catch up with what you guys are up to. What tournaments? What's coming up for you guys in the near future?
Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up.
I was gonna say, how many games are you talking about? Yeah.
A couple. Throw a couple out there.
Maybe just give us the next couple months.
So actually, right after this, I'm going to Call of Duty World Week, Anaheim.
Yeah, you're heading right down the road.
So it's about a 40-minute drive. I'll be managing our COD squad, and hopefully they can bring home a championship. Smite is in their season right now. Hopefully they keep it up, and they'll be qualifying for the next Masters tournament that's coming up on top of Worlds, which is right around the corner as well. Our Counter-Strike team is flying to LA for a boot camp. They're preparing for another minor that we got invited to. It's the Zotac Cup. Then PUBG is going to, the list goes on and on. Our PUBG team is flying to Burbank for ESL. They just got they made like the top 20 teams in North America. Top 3 go on to the PGI. Big, I think it's $1 or $2 million tournament.
Yeah.
Then we have Battle Right, which is in their off season currently, and then Gears of War is also going to NOLA next month. So in between going to Columbus for our next Division B of Call of Duty, I'll be flying to NOLA as well.
Okay.
I actually,
Go.
I didn't tell the Gears of War guys that was supposed to be a surprise, but I haven't. I actually haven't.
This is the perfect place to let them know.
I plan on flying down and in between our season and just like saying hello because I haven't had a chance to meet our 4 new pickups yet.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Brilliant, man. Well, hey, listen, this is the question we get, and we're gonna ask it to everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna ask everybody.
Because this is kind of a tradition over here. Why do you love esports? What do you tell people who are curious, skeptical, perplexed about it? What do you give them as the answer for why you love it so much?
I feel it's like the origin of almost everyone that's in their current position has been doing this when esports was nothing. We were playing in our basements. We were taking our Xboxes over to our friend's house and just having late night gaming sessions. And
the net cafes.
Exactly. And somehow that passion just magically turned into everybody flying to tournaments, competing for money. And for my age level, since I'm 26 right now, I feel like a lot of other pros that are around my age can relate to this. Like getting our parents on board was extremely hard. Now that esports is so mainstream, it's easier to tell your parents like, hey, you know, this player's making this much and this streamer's making this much through donations and subs. But 8 years ago, it was very hard to like persuade my parents, and they finally had my back. My mom has always had my back, and my dad was a little bit on the edge sometimes, but more or less it's just cool to see that parents are definitely more supportive of their, you know, kids trying to pursue
parents. We grew up in gaming now.
Yeah.
Say go ahead and do that thing. All right. Well, thanks a bunch, Matt. We appreciate it.
No problem.
And
Thank
then,
you for having me.
where can people find more about you and more about eUnited?
I am Potthoff. My last name is on Twitter. I somehow found that when I got verified, which was great.
Nice.
But feel free to follow eUnited on our socials. We have a YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. So.
Brad, Matt, thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
for being
Kate.
here.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, and actually, we get your controllers warmed up. Get your hands warm because it's trivia time. So stay where you are, Matt. Don't answer
spoil
the
anything.
question.
Don't.
In 4 seconds, we're about to read our first question, which is, which game is not NOTE currently attached to the eUnited team? Call of Duty, PUBG, Minecraft, Smite. This is an insult on my honor, sir. An insult on my honor.
I better not see anybody.
I was sitting there, I was like, really? That's what
Okay.
All right, the answer is clearly
What is
Minecraft.
competitive Minecraft?
That's good. I'm mic'd
You know
up.
what?
Yeah.
I'm going to sign a Minecraft player right after this.
You
Just
should. You
so-
absolutely should do that.
Well, you heard it
It'd
here
be cool to
first.
see.
Yes, thank you. 70%, 76% say Minecraft is the answer. Thank you very much.
Next time.
We
Slightly
appreciate
concerned
it.
about the other 11%.
We're not judging, but slightly judging. All right, next up. What is the name of the current eUnited documentary series? Is that eUnited Behind the Scenes, The Ascent, Behind the Controller, or eUnited Storytime?
We showed this right before having Matt on the stage.
It got me
You
hyped up,
expect
by
me
the
to
way.
remember
I
something
was
that happened.
excited. There was like a small preview going on.
It was like intro music. You know, you over your head.
Got you hyped.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously it's called The Ascent. Partially because I can see it up there, but also because we already said it earlier.
This is
It's
true.
awesome.
Those
And-
story
Agree,
time
Matt?
would have been
Quick shout out
wonderful.
to my media team too because they've done a great job. John, our creative director, has done great. We have Will, Ryan, Jay Lake, Jordan, Shipley. We have so many people working at eUnited that makes it so special. So big shout out to them.
Nice. Excellent.
He's going to spoil
shout
our
out.
next question without even trying.
That's fair enough. The next question is, which color is not part of the current eUnited logo?
I like this other color.
Well,
friends.
if anybody answers this one incorrectly,
Don't
I will
forget. Google
chastise.
this one.
I will find you and I will.
This is just basic observations.
I mean, I'm
folks.
basically showcasing.
Oh no, that's what I was saying. You're gonna spoil
It's
it.
right here, guys. You
If you
got
answered
this.
purple, you were correct.
There we go.
You answered thank you.
Sugar,
oh,
water,
guys.
purple.
Oh, the 6,
Yeah,
7,
what
and
is
4%.
going on?
It's okay.
You better be trolls, because otherwise that is so
We
confusing.
like trolls. We welcome.
Trolls
them.
keep the
It's
world
okay.
going around.
Look at
They
that.
absolutely do. All right, now eUnited Clayster belongs to which game? PUBG, Call of Duty, Halo, or Smite?
Clayster's a great Halo player.
Ugh. That's a freebie for those of you who didn't get the
Other freebies
purple
that have been out here, or Minecraft.
or Minecraft.
I like Minecraft.
Yeah, there we go. So, as our Oh, well, it's okay.
trolling.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
It says Call of
I was
Duty.
trying to trick everybody.
I was like, I didn't know.
I was like, I knew he was going to start looking over like this.
Oh, that's just mean. And effective. Well done, Matt.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Good
I'm
stuff.
very
All right, now,
impressed.
and what year was eUnited founded? 2013, 14, 15, or 16? I hope
That's
the
a
answer
hard
is
one.
Lennox.
Oh, it's not a hard one. Yeah, the answer is obviously Lennox. The
How do you
answer.
write yourself and do a show when you're not even up here?
You do what
just
Lennox
do.
did.
You just do what Lennox did. All right, time's
That's
up.
2016. We just mentioned it earlier. Still a fairly new but very promising and quite frankly a very large organization now committed to
Definitely.
content. I love that. And last,
Thanks again.
Oh,
Thanks
hey,
again.
listen, we want to say a huge thank you and a
Love
congratulations
zombies.
to
If that's the zombies that I know why he scored.
you got 99. Well done, NF Zombies.
Shout out to you, zombies, for being a great supporter. We appreciate it.
Well, Matt, thanks again for
Thank
coming
you so
on.
much again. I
We
really
appreciate
appreciate
you being a good sport. You
Means
are.
a lot.
The pun. All right, well, last but not least, we have one more interview coming up with a title we're sure everyone is familiar with.
Everyone.
What'd you call it, a mom and pop earlier?
Very small,
We're talking
small.
Rainbow Six Siege. They are having their moment, and to document it, they made a documentary following their most dedicated community members. Let's quickly check out the trailer.
That is like the greatest injury to ever happen to me, only because it brought Siege to me.
I've been doing this for what? Since year one, season one, right? And I failed, and then finally we started succeeding. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back.
Eu recebi um sorriso, uma lágrima, uma emoção, um riso de umas pessoas que eu nunca vi na minha vida, que eram torcedores da BD.
Acho que você tem que realmente botar toda a sua emoção dentro do jogo.
Look,
thing we
we're
are
all stretching
doing,
our legs
we are
up here
putting
right
things
now.
out
Don't worry about what's
because
going on
we
out
actually
there.
have one of my favorite interviews that we've ever had on This Week in Esports, and he's joined us here live on the E3 stage. Rob Chiarini, first of all, tell the folks at home what you do, what you about.
I do stuff.
You do things in places.
I help.
Let's hear about it.
I help out stuff. So I am currently a director of esports at Ubisoft. I help lead our initiatives in NCSA, which is all the Americas down to South America to Canada and such like that. And then our global product and projects.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome.
It's pretty
I
cool.
mean, it's pretty good.
It's okay.
He
It's
said
all right. So Rainbow Six has been increasing in popularity. I mean, absolutely skyrocketing it out of here. And in recent months, we're coming off the ESL Pro League Season 7 finals that were in Atlantic City. Yeah. I mean, take me through just the whirlwind of work that's been going on in that world.
Yeah, just a little bit about that. That was exciting. That was our end of our Season 7. It's our transition season before our new program starts. So it was a very short, condensed season of competition where we bring the top 2 teams from each of the 4 regions out to a live event, have them compete and play. We coupled that with a free weekend, a bunch of cool things around the game, the new concept, the new operators. It was amazing. And from that, we had early on, the second match of the set was Team Penta versus Team EG, which was a rematch of our 6th Invitational just in February. Penta came out on top and got to do a little bit of boasting, a little bit of stage presence. It was really cool. And then ultimately, Team Liquid from our LATAM region came up and took the title, which is the very first time that when Penta lost and the first time that the Brazilian team has actually won a Pro League final. So it's super exciting.
You said that pretty much word for word.
Yeah.
At one point on our show.
I believe we did. Well, Penta is definitely a mainstay in the entire Rainbow Six scene. But let's talk about the game, because like a lot of titles, you didn't start with an esports scene. You didn't start with an esports initiative. How has it evolved to include esports and, quite frankly, to make such a big esports scene?
Yeah, a lot of luck. a lot of love and super amazing support from the community. I mean, that's a lot of what goes into an esport. You can put the things in place, you can support it as best you can, but ultimately it's the fans and the community and the players that make it great, right? And so for us, it was always an initiative to lead with competition. With that game, and our vision was to be a competitive title, and we hoped aspirationally that we would be as big as we are getting, and we've been nothing but thankful for the support in the community and what we've been getting out of this.
And that's one of the ways that I would say that Rainbow Six has stayed ahead of the game. You guys have had a supreme dedication to the esports scene and competitive gaming programs all the way up until what, like 2020, correct?
Yeah. We just announced our new format, which elongated the seasons from 3 months to 6 months for a little bit of stability and sanity check for us. Trying to do those quick pulses was a lot, and I think that the teams really appreciate the longer seasons. Once they're in the pro league, they're in it for longer, less relegation, and I think that the commitment to the 2 years really shows both the players, the ecosystem, outsiders, that we're really committed to this program and really moving it forward, and not just day by day kind of thing. It's a large strategic initiative for us.
Nice. Okay, so recently you guys released something called a pilot program.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. He's like, I've answered this question many a time before. That is allowing teams to make revenue for themselves. Tell me a little bit about that. What is the pilot program?
Yeah. So it's our first real dip into a revenue share program for our pro league teams. This year, as we said, the pilot program. So it's not the official end-all be-all of what it is, but we wanted to do something to initiate some research and some learnings and some opportunities on our side as well as the teams. And so we've announced 11 teams that have been indoctrinated into this program from the start, which are going to have a benefit of in-game charms, in-game weapon skins, that a portion of those revenues will be attributed back to those teams for their contribution in the sales of that stuff. So, by helping us, helping them help themselves. And then I think it's great for the fans and the community members that are excited about those brands and those teams. Aside from just the regular pro league skins and stuff we put in there, they can actually support a particular brand and team and have their charm flying around on their game. It's really exciting.
That sounds amazing. Awesome. Yeah, it's not just getting those nice jerseys at the LAN event, which are still great, by the way. I'm not talking those, but that's awesome.
You just want to make sure you can still get a jersey every now and again.
Hey, listen, I bought a Shanghai jersey last night. There, I said it.
All right.
They went 0 and 0.
0 and
I'm like upset for the team. Happy for your shirt.
Season.
I'm not wearing that shirt today.
All right, so looking at the Rainbow Six competitive scene, like who are the standouts? Who are the superstars? Who are the people to watch? Who are the underdogs? The up and comers?
And so that's always hard because this is as the operator owner, like we have to be objective, and they're all wonderful and they're doing a great job. And I want you to watch all of them and let you decide which team and which region
he's been
want to play.
That's a really good answer. Like that.
Seriously, like everybody has their favorites, myself included, like who I like to watch and who I think is enthusiastic. But that's the joy of this, is that there's so many different opportunities for you to look and see and what interest you have in a player or a team or an org. Like, so many different ways to choose, right? So choose for yourself.
Now, Rob, you have a unique perspective. You've got a long history with the esports scene in general. Tell us a little bit about where you see esports going.
Yeah. I think we're going to keep seeing more of the same, in that we're going to see everybody doing their own thing. There's no right answer when it comes to esports. It's what's right for you now, and maybe what's right for you later is different, and how people iterate on those programs is really what helps define and differentiate each of those initiatives, right? So what works for an Overwatch or a CSGO and us, all different things because our communities are different, our games are different. You saw the Fortnite Pro-Am. I thought that was a great foray into leveraging competition, not esports, but doing something fun and exciting that it doesn't always have to be a tournament with a pro league with a format. It could be whatever is meaningful to you, your brand, and your community.
It's an entertainment source. Yeah. Above all else.
Now, I don't see it up here, but we have to ask it, right? What? The truck can yell at us. No, just...
Rob, we are going to get yelled at, but that's okay.
we're going to do it. What do you tell
Rob.
the skeptics? What do you tell the people that...
Why are you into esports?
Why esports? What do you tell them?
Well, if you don't like it. No, it's...
No, you can kiss me.
I think there's tons of different things. I think that, first and foremost, it's something fun and people are excited about it. I think when people are excited about something, whether it's a movie or any other medium, like, pay attention to it. What is it that they like about that? I mean, it's not for everyone. I can't play at that level. I enjoy playing, but I can't compete at that level. So, sometimes it's difficult for me to connect with the player, but I understand what they're doing, right? And some people outside of that are like, yes. What is it that's interesting for me? So find something that's neat. I wouldn't say discount it.
Okay.
And there's so many to choose from. Like, we use esports as this big umbrella of everything, right? And everyone, but every single brand, every single game, every single title player is something unique. So I think that there's something there with that.
Rob Chiarini, man. the man himself. Thank you, Rob, so much for being here. Where can people find you? Where can people find Rainbow Six, Ubisoft? Give us the deets.
All right, so Ubisoft, Rainbow Six, finding rainbow6.ubisoft.com. Wherever you're at in the world, it'll take you to the right place to find out more about Rainbow Six. And so you can watch the broadcast, find out about the matches, the games, the content that's coming out, all the different things with that.
People want to find you?
Do they? Jedi Rob, JEDIROBB at
right.
Twitter. Yes.
That's right. I forgot about
Thanks
that.
so much for
Thank you
joining
for
us.
having me. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Rob, I'm going to reach over to Rukari and say thank you, but guess what? You're not going anywhere just a second because
See that? I got my controller ready.
Warm up your controller. Gosh, I really should know this by now. But
Why
get
is
your
it a
controllers
catchphrase?
ready
Tell
because
me
that's
that.
because it's a cue.
How about
See,
get your
it cued
controllers
it
ready?
going.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
Rainbow
Okay.
Six
Outtake.
Pro League. Here's the first question. I started it early. Rainbow Six Pro League recently concluded with which season? 4, 5, 6.
750. You thought I was going to get up here and not give you a reference? Wrong.
I did not
Wrong.
think that. I did
This
not.
had been a great question in Season 6 for Rainbow Six. I think that would have been great. Timed it wrong.
Great.
Opportunity.
Looks like time's up. That correct answer is Season 7.
We're going to actually have Rob. We're going to have you read the next one. Feel free wherever you see
I think
it.
you'll be up here.
Boy, that's
Hold
that's a
tight.
moment.
We'll have you read it in just now.
All right. Which team won first place at the Rainbow Six Season 7 finals in Atlantic City?
We did say it. So it was
We did.
Penta Esports, Team Liquid, Millennium, or Rogue.
You did say it a lot.
I was going to say there's only
Said it a
4 fingers here.
One right
Would
answer.
be
But
5.
We said it with 5 sides. See
Hints.
what we did?
Bam, bam. No, it's actually Team Liquid.
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp.
It was a throw. Because actually we started, because I'm so used to Penta, to be completely honest. They're always
And then they got
the top
knocked.
thing. And then they got knocked by
That's
Team
what made it
Liquid.
fun.
I love that in the scene. You never know who's going to win, right?
Isn't that fancy?
Whatever.
Yeah, sorry, Roby just walked by because Roby is one of our guys, and he's a big, huge fan of Team Liquid. When was Rainbow Six Siege released? February 2014, July 2015, December 2015, or March 2016?
I think I know this one. I think I know this one. Because I remember when I finally picked it up.
Time's up. Rob, you want to give us the answer?
December.
December 2015, correct? Yeah.
100%.
Such
A couple years now.
And the reason why I remember it is because I was going on vacation when I picked it up, and I was like, perfect.
Oh, that's nice.
And I got to
Bye,
play-
Rukari.
Yeah, bye.
How many teams were included in the revenue share-based pilot program? We mentioned this earlier. Was it 5? Was it 8? Was it 10? Or was it the lucky number 11? Maybe 11's lucky for
I don't know
people.
this
Actually,
one.
it's
They
not
don't
my
show us
lucky.
the answers, so we don't accidentally.
I know what it is.
Oh, you do?
I think I do.
You remembered?
I'm almost certain.
All right, well, time's
I
up.
was
Hey, what is it?
I was wrong. I thought it was 10.
It was 11. That correct
11.
answer
We
was
even did the
11.
lucky
That one's on me. My 11. Here we go. Okay, Rukari.
All right, where will the Pro League Season 8 finals be located? Amsterdam, Rio de Janeiro, Las Vegas, or Hong Kong?
Oh.
I know
Ooh.
the answer.
You know the answer.
You know the
to
answer.
this
You've
one.
probably already got your ticket booked.
No.
Ticket?
No? All right, well, you know.
It's in November. I haven't done it yet.
That's so far away. We're trying to figure out what we're going in July, right?
Yeah. November.
November. What is that? That's this year?
I have no idea. Well, I can't tell
All
you
right,
the
time is up. Rio.
Yep. We'll be in Paris for the Six Major coming up in August, as a matter of fact. So
your miles account's looking pretty.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Almost
that
as pretty
1K
as
premiere.
Rukari.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, yeah, go for it, Rob.
What tournament organizer is currently attached to the Pro League? MLG, PGL, ESL, GGL.
There's a lot of letters there.
It's a lot of acronyms.
A lot of acronyms.
Alphabet soup.
Yum.
It's like working at Microsoft. That's all that's ever on my calendar is
Everybody's
alphabet
got
soup.
'em.
Alphabet
Time's
soup.
up, Rob. What is it?
ESL.
A small mom and pop again. They're new to the. Just kidding. They're.
You may have heard of them. All right, now how many regions are currently represented in the Pro League? 4, 5, 6, or 7?
Don't answer, Rob. This is your life.
He's been
Thank
shut
you
down.
very much.
Been shut down.
Had it.
If only we had a controller up here so we could vote too. Right.
No,
I
we can never vote because then you're going to be at the top of the leaderboards like Lennox is, and that's stupid. Time's up. Rob?
4.
The answer is 4. All right.
EU, Latam, NA, and APAC.
And there it is.
We made it, Kate.
Well, I'll tell you, Rukari. Another thank you over to Rob Chiarini from Ubisoft. Talk about some Rainbow Six. And hey, a big Deadly. Deadly won again.
Deadly won
I
again.
forgot there was an L there. Deadly, well done.
Deadly's trivia game.
Deadly is just deadly.
Deadly's deadly.
I think that's the point.
At any rate, again, thank you to Rob and well done, Deadly, again. Now that you've all caught up on your esports news, let's see what our friends on the floor have been up to, guys.